Not in a place for that. So why he would come up to me like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he wasn't even like in the right state of mind anyway. So.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah,
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd, everything that Floyd said right there, the chrome heart band, the Maybach, the Lloyd, that was all in my post.
In a saga that collides the glitz of prize fighting with the shadows of high finance, Floyd Mayweather Jr. now faces a storm that threatens both his legacy and his empire. His bombshell claim of acquiring 62 Manhattan rental buildings in a $42 million deal has unraveled, with business records showing no evidence the transaction ever took place, igniting rumors of fraud tied to his VA properties firm. The controversy has only intensified his long-simmering feud with former protege Gervonta Tank Davis, casting their fractured relationship in an even darker light. As questions swirl and loyalties fracture, the line between Mayweather the mogul and Mayweather the myth grows ever more blurred.
So we got more boxing news allegations that Floyd Money Mayweather has gone broke. Now personally, I don't believe it, but you got Tank making posts, you got other people from Saudi Arabia making posts, so y'all let me know in the comments if y'all really believe this or if they just making these stories up.
Floyd Mayweather is super rich, that he's super balling, and that he's rich beyond belief and all of this stuff, but you guys can't believe the hype, yo. I just got tipped off by one of my homies in Saudi. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have a very good relationship with a lot of the princes in Saudi are my homies. You know, I've known them for over 15 years. Listen, man, Floyd Mayweather owes a lot of people in the Middle East a lot of money.
The controversy surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s alleged $42 million real estate deal roared back into headlines in April 2025, after analysts highlighted the glaring absence of property transfer records, fueling suspicions that the boxing legend had exaggerated or possibly fabricated the high-profile acquisition. Against this backdrop, Mayweather's estranged protege, Gervonta Tank Davis, reignited their long-running feud by publicly claiming Mayweather was stranded in Dubai the previous year over unpaid debts, exposing what appears to be a hidden web of financial liabilities. Back in February, Mayweather had taken to Instagram to proclaim that his real estate firm had closed on a portfolio of 62 rent-regulated apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan, framing the move as a strategic pivot from flashy spending to legacy-driven investments. Yet weeks passed with no changes reflected in New York City property records, and the NYC Housing Partnership, often involved in such projects, confirmed it had received no notice of a sale. Industry insiders noted that if the deal had indeed closed, there would be a paper trail of filings and regulatory documentation. Instead, sources suggested Mayweather may have only secured a minority stake, far from the full acquisition he claimed. Even his own representatives provided inconsistent accounts, with one spokesperson's voice not matching previous recordings of known business partner James McNair, further muddying the waters. As the narrative unraveled, financial analysts and watchdogs began labeling the incident a potential fraud, calling for an audit to clarify whether the situation stemmed from miscommunication, savvy PR spin, or outright deception. The fallout also shone a harsh light on celebrity-backed investments, with Black Enterprise noting the lack of evidence supporting Mayweather's claims. Meanwhile, the souring of the Mayweather-Davis relationship, which began with Davis's rise under Mayweather Promotions in 2015 and deteriorated after his 2022 exit, now simmers as a personal and public spectacle, steeped in accusations, legacy, and distrust.
He was going at me. He was going at me. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He feel as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's the part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Gervonta Davis ignited a firestorm on social media by alleging that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had been stranded in Dubai due to unpaid debts, claiming that he himself had once been stuck there too caught up, he suggested, because Mayweather had been taking his money without fulfilling agreed responsibilities. Initially portrayed as a lavish vacation, Mayweather's extended stay drew fresh scrutiny, with essentially sports hinting at issues beyond routine visa delays. Give Me Sport reported that Davis went as far as to imply Mayweather was being held by Dubai authorities over financial obligations unrelated to boxing. In response, Mayweather mocked the rumors with nightlife photos from the UAE but notably avoided addressing the debt claims directly. Amid the growing scandal around the allegedly fraudulent $42 million real estate deal, Davis seized the moment, publicly tying the Dubai ordeal to the rumored scam and praising Business Insider's expose while questioning whether Mayweather's financial empire was nothing more than an illusion. Davis's accusations gained traction, with veteran boxing agent Rick Glazer tweeting that his sources confirmed Mayweather was indeed entangled in Dubai's court system due to significant outstanding debts. Boxing News reported Davis's stark warning to fellow fighters, calling Mayweather a fraud and urging them to perform serious due diligence before entering any business deals under the Money Mayweather banner. TalkSport chronicled the escalating fallout, noting widespread shock among fans and media, given Mayweather's long-standing reputation as a financial mastermind and the highest-paid athlete in history. As doubts mount, the chasm between Mayweather's polished persona of opulence and the financial shadows now surrounding him has never appeared more profound.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah.
The clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s questionable $42 million real estate claim and insider allegations of hidden debt paints a stark cautionary tale about the fragility of celebrity-driven business ventures. Investors, often dazzled by star power and carefully curated personas, may find themselves dangerously exposed when the facade begins to crack. If Mayweather's real estate announcement proves to be inflated or entirely fictitious and his debt troubles as serious as suggested, the financial repercussions could be widespread. Partners may see property valuations questioned, lenders might freeze credit or demand full transparency, and a domino effect could unravel projects tied to Mayweather's name. The broader fallout could make it harder for other celebrities to attract capital based solely on personal branding. Already, regulators are reportedly examining the gap between Mayweather's public claims and the absence of corroborating records, and lawmakers may soon push for tighter disclosure rules such as mandatory third-party audits and time-bound proof-of-deal filings for high-value transactions. Financial analysts have begun calling for reforms that would compel any public figure announcing multi-million-dollar acquisitions to provide verifiable documentation to securities or real estate authorities. Gervonta Davis's decision to connect Mayweather's alleged fraudulent deal to reports of unpaid debts in Dubai has not only reignited their personal feud, it's underscored deeper issues surrounding accountability, transparency, and the seductive illusion of celebrity wealth. With watchdogs circling and investors reassessing risk, Mayweather's dual legacy as a boxing legend and business mogul now teeters on uncertain ground.
Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards. Okay? Because when you earn it, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
For Gervonta Davis, going public with accusations against Floyd Mayweather Jr. serves as both a personal reckoning and an industry-wide warning. Fame offers no immunity from the fallout of financial misrepresentation. In an era increasingly defined by accountability, this episode may mark a turning point where the dazzle of celebrity is no longer enough to obscure the need for transparency, and the truth behind the headlines becomes a non-negotiable. Yet at its core, this is also the latest chapter in the bitter and escalating feud between Davis and his former mentor. The tension exploded recently when Davis threatened to physically confront Mayweather, vowing to knock him out the next time they crossed paths. The animosity is layered, fueled in part by Davis's frustration over his past legal troubles, including a jail sentence for a 2020 hit and run, and what he perceives as betrayal by someone who once guided his career. Although Davis spent the bulk of his rise under Mayweather Promotions, friction emerged as early as 2017, when he claimed Mayweather's support began to waver after Davis captured a world title. After defeating Rolly Romero in 2022, Davis officially left Mayweather Promotions to work with Al Haymon. The split initially appeared amicable, but tensions resurfaced ahead of Davis's 2023 bout with Ryan Garcia, when he alleged Mayweather had barred him from using the Mayweather gym for training. While a brief reconciliation followed, highlighted by Mayweather attending Davis's victory over Garcia, hostilities flared again when Mayweather criticized modern fighters for chasing clout and materialism, comments Davis interpreted as a veiled insult. He fired back online, accusing Mayweather of shady financial practices and branding him a hater. What has followed is a very public, very personal war of words, a digital clash rooted in years of resentment, power struggles, and divergent paths, now spilling into the broader conversation about the risks of celebrity-led ventures and the fragile alliances behind the spotlight.
Lessons and things like that, you know what I mean? And he ain't never shy away from me, you know what I mean, ever since, we ever linked up, so that's probably one of the reasons why I'm like that with people that come behind me. I like to show love type shit. Cause
while Gervonta Tank Davis claimed Floyd Mayweather Jr. was trapped in Dubai over unpaid debts, Mayweather countered the narrative in typical flashy fashion by cruising through the city not aboard a megayacht, as one might expect, but on a surprisingly modest boat. Still, ever the showman, he strutted across the deck adorned in a glimmering diamond and gold chain, catching the sun and commanding attention with every step, the image of Money Mayweather in full effect. This display of subtle extravagance is nothing new. In 2018, he famously dropped $5.3 million during a single shopping spree, picking up a 30-carat VVS diamond ring, a 4.5-carat bracelet, a massive 2-pound gold necklace, and 3 luxury watches, as reported by TMZ. That spree echoed earlier splurges, like in 2015, when he reportedly spent $10 million on a 50-carat diamond ring and a 74-diamond necklace, according to Rolling Stone. His indulgences aren't limited to jewelry either. In 2016, Mayweather showed off his $400,000 Hermes handbag haul on Instagram, and by 2019, he was flaunting the world's largest Chanel bag, a $2,400 hula hoop-style piece that turned heads. Mayweather's appetite for high-stakes living also extends to gambling. Beyond betting millions on himself in the ring, he's placed enormous wagers across the NFL, NBA, and other sporting arenas. In 2014 alone, he reportedly won $4.7 million in a single month from NFL bets, while in 2015, he pocketed over $1 million from a mix of NBA and boxing wagers. Yet the wins came with losses. Maxim once reported he may have lost as much as $50 million in 2017. Amid all the bling and bravado, cracks in the empire have begun to show. Whispers of financial instability have grown louder, with some reports suggesting Mayweather may be teetering on bankruptcy. Last summer, Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn fueled speculation when he claimed Mayweather continued to fight in exhibition matches not for legacy, but because his wealth may be far less than he portrays. For all the glitter and gold, the question now looms, is Mayweather's fortune as real as his image, or just another illusion crafted for the cameras?
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Not the biggest
I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set. You know, he was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things though? Do you
For
think
money.
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't think he needs the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
Given that Floyd Mayweather calls himself money, Eddie Hearn's comments about his potential financial troubles were bound to strike a nerve. So when Mayweather found out that Hearn was in Las Vegas visiting a local boxing gym, a face-to-face confrontation felt inevitable. As the head of one of the world's biggest promotional companies, Hearn is no stranger to discussing the economics of boxing, but Mayweather wasn't about to let the suggestion that his fortune had been exaggerated slide. Surprisingly, when the two met, their exchange was far more cordial than expected. In a newly surfaced video, Mayweather can be seen saying, "I like Eddie," before calmly addressing the comments Hearn had made regarding his finances. Despite not having any formal business ties, Hearn has been vocal in questioning the legitimacy of Mayweather's earnings and whether the undefeated champ's wealth has diminished over time, especially given his famously lavish spending habits. Hearn isn't the only one who has publicly speculated about Mayweather's financial situation. Ahead of their blockbuster 2017 fight, UFC superstar Conor McGregor repeatedly suggested that Mayweather was behind on his taxes. While Mayweather did earn millions from that fight and reportedly continues to cash in on exhibition bouts, many, including former opponents and industry insiders, wonder if these events are financially motivated rather than recreational. Mayweather, however, insists that he fights on his own terms, claiming his exhibition appearances are about enjoyment, not necessity. Still, rumors swirl. In late 2023, speculation emerged that Mayweather might fight retired footballer Rio Ferdinand in an exhibition match, rumors that were quickly debunked, though typical of the unpredictable matchmaking that follows him. Meanwhile, former world champion Amir Khan has weighed in, expressing sadness over reports of Mayweather's alleged financial woes. He suggested that Floyd's attempt to maintain an ultra-luxurious American lifestyle while based in Dubai may be unsustainable and could eventually push him back into the ring. Khan also criticized Floyd's habit of flaunting wealth, saying, "It's karma. You can't be that arrogant, throwing money around in a world full of poverty." McGregor, too, hasn't let things go. He recently revisited their historic bout, claiming Mayweather broke a verbal agreement to grant him a rematch, this time in MMA. "That was the deal," McGregor told Fox Sports. "I'd box him, and then he'd fight me. But he didn't honor it." He went on to say he's still open to a second boxing match, albeit with a mischievous twist. "I could say it's a boxing fight and then bend the rules a little once we're in there." UFC CEO Dana White didn't rule out the possibility either. "I'm interested, he's interested," White said. "Last time both sides were interested, it happened." Despite the endless flash and self-promotion, reports persist that Mayweather's finances may not be as untouched.
Vultures, right?
Now, that's the honest truth.
Man, your videos are looking intense.
He should have paid his taxes and stayed retired.
Really? so
Kept my name out of his mouth.
Right. All right, champ. Enjoy shopping, man.
In October 2024, Floyd Mayweather attempted to silence growing speculation about his financial health by making headlines with a massive real estate move. He finalized a $42 million deal in Upper Manhattan, acquiring over 60 buildings that collectively housed more than 1,000 units. "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home for myself," Mayweather told TMZ. "When you work hard, you can achieve anything." The following month, in November, Mayweather doubled down on his real estate ambitions. His spokesperson, alongside Mark Karasik, managing member of 601W Companies, announced that Mayweather had invested in one of 601W's premier real estate portfolios. The firm is a heavyweight in the industry, managing a $10 billion portfolio that includes 18 office towers spanning over 10 million square feet. While the specific figures tied to Mayweather's latest investment weren't disclosed, insiders speculated may represent the largest financial commitment of his career. Despite these high-profile ventures, a new wave of controversy around Mayweather's finances emerged as 2025 began, threatening to overshadow the very investments meant to restore confidence in his empire.
But, sometimes we have good nights, sometimes we have bad nights, but we always have good paydays.
Floyd Mayweather, long celebrated as the wealthiest boxer in history with an estimated career fortune of $1.2 billion, is now facing serious allegations of financial trouble, including claims of bankruptcy. These concerns intensified following reports that employees at his Los Angeles gym staged a protest over unpaid wages. According to the Daily Mail, the staff at the facility, operated under the boxing legend's Money Team brand, claim they haven't been paid in weeks. In response, they took to the streets outside the Highland Avenue gym, holding signs and using a microphone to publicly call out their employer. Some protesters carried signs accusing Mayweather of modern-day slavery, while others bluntly stated, "The Money Team has no money," suggesting the brand's financial empire might be crumbling. One protester told reporters that the demonstration aimed to shine a spotlight on what they describe as poor treatment by the company. Curiously, several staff members admitted they weren't even sure if Mayweather was aware of the situation. "Who knows if he even knows," one employee remarked. "I was told we're not allowed to tell him the studio is closing. And he was here 2 weeks ago. We've been silenced. The consequences for the Money Team could be severe." Under California Labor Code 210, employers who fail to pay wages on time face penalties ranging from $100 to $200 per employee, with additional fines accumulating if delays exceed 30 days. Employees are also entitled to sue for full compensation, including damages for each day of missed pay. These issues echo a similar incident involving another Mayweather-branded gym in Elk Grove, which was forced to close after the landlord sued for breach of contract over $30,000 in unpaid rent, another worrying sign for the boxer's business operations. As concerns grow over Mayweather's financial footing, fans and followers alike are left wondering, is the Money Team empire beginning to crack?